just does not want to go back down. Wasn't this just a typical Monday? I'm running on like 2 hours of sleep right now. I'm not even gonna get into that. I am on my way to the airport now. It's 11:30. I have a 12:30 or 12:26 check-in. I think it starts with a Nassau turn, and then we end up in Houston. And basically today I'm just going to need all the caffeine in the world because we don't even land in Houston until like 10:30. So I'm not even gonna get in bed until maybe midnight tonight, and running off of 2 hours of sleep. It's a Monday. Tomorrow's my birthday and I'm going home this weekend, and oh my god, it cannot come soon enough because this is the start of a 4-day trip. So that is just the cherry on top, isn't it? So I just got to Tampa, and my original plans of laying by the pool have been spoiled by a thunderstorm. So instead I'm going to be working out soon once my coffee kicks in. But in the meantime, I thought that I would scroll through some of the questions on YouTube that don't have that little reply button, so I can't reply to them on like the actual comment page. So I figured that I would just answer the questions via this. So I guess kind of a little mini Q&A, I suppose. We'll see how this goes. Before I begin, I really do appreciate like all the comments and even questions and stuff. And if it takes me a couple days to respond to anything, I'm sorry. I can't really respond to them via my phone, and I don't always have my laptop with me. Some of these are going to be flight attendant related, and some of them are Disney. How long do you have to stay on reserve before you choose your schedule? That is going to vary from airline to airline. For us, right now we have straight reserve, which just means that I am on call. I'm a reserve flight attendant basically until I can hold a line. I'll probably be able to hold a line next summer, but the winter I will be a reserve for a few years probably. It's all about seniority, so it also depends on where you're based and how senior or junior that base is. After reserve, how often are you allowed to change the routes you want to fly? How long would I have to stay with that route before changing to a new route? Basically, you just bid for what you want. I mean, it's not necessarily, like it can be routes or pairings. Every month, basically, you bid for what you want. And you just bid for the trips, or you can put in, hey, I only want to work 3 days, and then it'll give you 3-day trips, or you put in parameters, other sorts of parameters, such as how many days, or, you know, if you just want to do one leg home. That's how it is for us. I'm not sure how it is for other airlines. The schedule, like the way that it works is all generally the same, but the actual systems that we use are going to vary from airline to airline. Okay, Disney question. How do you get chosen for the DCP? You apply at DisneyCollegeProgram.com, and if you get through the web interview or the application process, then you'll do a web interview where you answer questions on there, and then you'll hear back from the web interview about whether or not you will receive a phone interview. And then you'll schedule your phone call, and for whatever time you schedule it, it's going to be like a half hour that you kind of have to have your phone on you, and they'll call and they ask various questions, and then you sit and you wait, and sometimes you can find out within a week, and other times it might take a month before you hear back. I've had a few people from other countries asking like about an international program, and Disney does have an international program, but it's separate. It's essentially the same thing, like you go and you work for Disney as an intern, but it's set up differently, it's run a little bit different. The international cast members that I worked with, from what I can remember, they worked there for a year, and they spent 4 months in 3 different locations. Not entirely sure how you go about applying for the international program. I guess you could Google it. I'm sure there's probably links if you go to DisneyCollegeProgram.com. There's probably links for international. and you can find out information about all that there. Back to flight attendant. Do you get certified for CPR, or do you just know how to perform it? No, they definitely teach you in training how to do CPR. I already knew beforehand because I used to babysit, so I kept myself certified. I've had a couple people asking about being a male flight attendant in general, and I guess there are, like, some people are, you know, they stereotype it or discriminate, I guess, or just have bad stigmas toward it. But honestly, like, half my training class are males. It's not even a big deal anymore. A few people have asked about degrees or like what major to have for both the Disney College Program and being a flight attendant, and you don't really need a specific degree for either of them. You can have whatever degree you want and be a flight attendant. It's just really, it's more about your customer service experience. In regards to the Disney College Program, in which major, that also doesn't really take into effect of too many things. It just might affect which role they place you in. I've had a few comments about what I pack, and that is coming, so stay tuned. Like I said, I really do enjoy the questions and all the feedback and the comments. You can ask questions by leaving a comment down below. I hope that y'all enjoyed this little Q&A, and let me know, I guess, if you want me to do more. So I guess, yeah, like, go follow me. All my social media links are down below, so you can follow me on those. And if this is your first time watching one of my videos, then welcome, and you should subscribe so that you can see when I post more videos. I survived the 4-day, barely, but I survived. Yesterday, I did the Q&A type thing, because it was thunderstorming all day. Today was Tampa to Charlotte and then a Baltimore turn, and I remember sitting, like, doing the Tampa to Charlotte and thinking, this doesn't really feel like the 4th day. Usually by the end of a 3rd day, I'm just ready to go home, so the first leg of a 4th day is, like, just get me home. And it didn't really feel like it at first, but then as we were waiting to go up to Baltimore, it really hit me, and I was just like, I just want to be done. Especially because I decided yesterday to go up to Lansing, or East Lansing, tonight, which today's Thursday. So that is where I'm headed right now. Like, we landed a few minutes late, actually. So we landed around 1:30, and by the time I got home, it was 2:30, and then I had like 2 hours to unpack and repack and shower and just get ready. And I feel like I'm forgetting something, and I really hope I'm not. I'm so excited to get up there tonight. I was just mentally checked out pretty much all day today because the only thing on my mind is getting up north and this weekend and just having a good weekend. Now in San Antonio, and oh my gosh, look at it, the hotel has a fridge that I can put my food in. It even has a microwave too, so score.